Today's episode of What's the Score is brought to you by Audible.com. You can get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial by going to www.audibletrial.com/WTS Sports Quiz. You can find over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. That's www.audibletrial.com/WTS Sports Quiz. Broadcasting from Leff's Lucky Town in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, this is What's the Score, the Sports News Quiz. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe, the man who considers himself very lucky to be here. Gotta get that one out of the way, folks, sorry. And now, here's the host of What's the Score, Baxter Colburn.
Thanks, Josh. Thank you, everybody. What an exciting night. We are live at Leff's Lucky Town in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. We've got a great atmosphere, great panelists, and some great games to play as well. If you want to join our lucky town of contestants, visit our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com, and click on the Become a Contestant button today.
You can also find the show on demand on Spreaker, the Sports Podcasting Network, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Play, and on our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com.
Let's meet our panelists this week. First up, he is the sports director at CBS 58 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's Kevin Holden.
Hey! All right, so guys, I gotta just go ahead and say this right now.
Please do.
If you get weirder than usual answers out of me, because I know I'm weird answers anyway.
Where are we going with this, Kevin?
If we get even weirder, it's because I've kind of gone straight from root canal to contestant tonight.
Wow, this is the first, I think, in show history. So.
Well, and by the way, one of your social media staff, you remember the last time I was on, handed me the $20, and now I have a tooth rearranged. So
was it him? You can tell us.
Well, I'm just saying that they're dots to connect. You know,
we'll see what happens, I guess. Next up, he is an Emmy nominee, an ordained minister, and a sports anchor at 620 WTMJ in Milwaukee. It's Doug Russell.
Thanks so much for having me, and I'd like to thank everyone, the authorities here in Wauwatosa for, just kind of coming to terms with the last time that I was here. It's just a misunderstanding.
We'll talk after the show. Finally, he is a former sports producer at WTMJ, currently a play-by-play announcer for Comcast and Preps Live on WTMJ.com. It's Barry Nelson.
Thank you very much for having me, and it was me that took the $20, Kevin. It wasn't, and you got to remember, you got to get your facts straight. So now
does that make you Don King?
That does make me Don King. I'm the promoter. I have the hair for it.
He does. I can see Barry like in a suit and a slick back hair.
Absolutely.
Really
spike my hair.
What hair? I don't know. Doug, you can borrow some of Doug's, I guess.
In fact, you can have all of mine.
Well, welcome to the show, panel. It's great to see you all again. Doug, you haven't been on the show in a long time. What have you been doing with yourself?
Football season.
Yeah,
you're just hanging out, pantsless with Ezekiel Elliott in the locker room. That's how we roll.
Was that? Never mind. Anyway. Well, with that being said, I think it's time to start the show, Game Master.
That's right. It's time to get this show on the road with our first contestant game. Joining us here at Leff's to play Quotable Context is Dan Trifter. Welcome to the show, Dan.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, Dan, you're going to be playing our first game called Quotable Context, where Game Master Scheibe will read you 5 quotes from the past week's news, and you must correctly identify the context of each quote. Do that at least 3 times, and you'll win a What's the Score prize. If you get stuck on a question, you can ask one of our 3 panelists for a hint, and make sure you do that only once. Are you ready to play, sir?
Sure.
All right, here's your first quote.
I'll be honest. I don't wish them good luck. I don't wish them bad luck. I just don't wish them luck. I wish the Jets luck.
That was what former Bills and Jets coach this week when asked about his feelings about both teams going into 2017.
Rex Ryan.
That is correct. Nicely done. I don't know what to feel about Rex Ryan. I've heard people calling that if Dom Capers gets fired by the Packers, that Rex Ryan should be hired as the next defensive coordinator. I don't know how I feel about that.
It's only because if you get Rex, you get Rob.
Do we want Rob?
Well, just it's cost saving. You get 2 for the price of 1.
Is that cost saving though when it comes to the cafeteria bill?
I was going to say, as big as they are, that's 4 for 1, isn't it?
All right, Dan, here's your next quote.
The trip to Miami definitely wasn't worth it.
That was Victor Cruz this week talking about one event that some say cost the Giants their game against the Packers.
Boatgate.
That is correct. Nicely done. 2 for 2 to start. Yes, Boatgate, as many people know, the Giants wide receivers took a trip to Miami on New Year's Day, I suppose, or New Year's Eve to celebrate.
Here's what I don't really understand still about that whole trip is why were they wearing these heavy boots on this boat? It's going to ding the side of the boat. If you go in, You can't swim in those.
You can't.
Stylish
You
Timberlands.
got jeans on.
Have you tried to swim in big boots like that?
Yes. I can't tell you how many
those
times.
were waiters, though.
So they're more of a waiter, though. But, yes, people are saying maybe that's why Victor Cruz and the Giants obviously had so much trouble catching passes against Eli Manning. Of course, Packer fans are thrilled that they didn't catch the passes. There's a lot of dropped touchdown balls in that game as well, too. But overall, though, yes, Victor Cruz. Did he do anything in that game? I don't remember him doing much.
He had one catch, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe.
And that's probably why. He was too busy posing shirtless on a boat. Should have been catching passes from Eli, I guess, in the backyard. All right, here's your next quote, Dan.
He's a hater.
That was LeBron James this week addressing what former NBA player that's been very critical of James?
Chuck Barkley.
That is correct. Nicely done. So I don't fully understand the situation here. Is Barkley just mad at LeBron James for being successful, or what's the beef here with?
I think it's for
James?
having friends.
Yeah, right?
Why can't we be friends?
You know the drill, or you've heard the story with Jordan and Barkley back in the day where Jordan took Barkley out on the golf course, played a couple rounds, gave him some $20,000 piece of jewelry, and was like, I hate that guy. He'll never touch me again. He scored 55 in the next finals game.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean, honestly, don't be mad at LeBron. I mean, he's doing his job. But Charles Barkley, I think, is just bitter because LeBron James is clearly a much better player and actually has skill.
This is the same guy who punched out a bar patron in Milwaukee back in his playing days.
Really?
Yeah,
Throw him
back
through a
in the
plate
80s.
glass window?
I think he did, yeah.
Wow. Chuck Barkley. Class act, ladies and gentlemen.
That, too, a misunderstanding.
Yes. Doug was like, I was there. No, I wasn't. I don't know. All right, here's your next quote, Dan.
I want to win, man.
That was Kirk Cousins this week after his last-minute heroics weren't enough to help his team win what game?
The Pro Bowl.
That's correct. Nicely done.
Well, maybe he shouldn't have thrown the interception.
Also true. Well,
Did he think about that?
His receiver dropped the pass. It went through his hands, so it wasn't completely his fault. If you watch the tape, if you watch the film,
I'll go back to the tape.
You check the tape. But
Check
Kirk
the tape.
Cousins saying he wanted to do his best Don Beebe impersonation, flying
that?
over to knock it away from Aqib Talib, but ultimately the
You
AFC.
like that?
You like that?
You like that?
Is it?
You like that?
I thought it was. Yes, yeah, you like that. You
like
like that?
You
Yeah.
like that?
You like
Yeah.
that?
It's not.
Do you like that?
No, that's
No.
this is not.
It's too formal.
That's a complete sentence. This
Right.
is an NFL.
Again, Michigan State.
Yeah. Whoa. Nice.
All right, Dan, here's your final quote.
Who is your role model?
That was a fan asking what NFL quarterback who his role model was at Super Bowl Media Day.
Tom Brady and his dad.
That is correct. Nicely done. A very cute scene. Tom Brady asked who his role model was, kind of caught off guard by the question a little bit, got emotional when he started to think about it, and he was just kind of like, wow, like, my dad, man.
Yeah, and he thought about it, and he started crying, and the little boy was like, oh, did your daddy pass away? He's like, no, he's over here.
Yeah, my dad's fine.
He's the guy with the deflator for the footballs.
The whole situation was kind of like deflated, as it were, shortly thereafter, as Guillermo from Jimmy Kimmel Live was there asking him questions, standing at a table. For those that don't know, Jimmy Kimmel's, Guillermo is not very tall. He was asking Mr. Brady to sign his football, and he threw him a soccer ball, and Brady signed it and threw it back at him, of course, with pinpoint accuracy. It was a little deflated. People were a little concerned by that, but it was very surprising and kind of funny, too. But maybe think of Kevin being there asking about things.
You can do a Guillermo impression, can't you?
Could you see me firing off rapid
I would have seen you like a conquistador outfit.
standing next to him with the gigantic hat. Quisiera tener tu autógrafo for Tom Brady. And he wouldn't even know what that,
It would be like,
He'd be like, see.
see. Game Master Scheibe, how did Dan do in our game?
Dan got 5 out of 5 correct.
Hey.
A perfect score. He's a winner.
Congratulations, Dan. Thank you so much for playing, sir.
It looks like we're heading to our first break now, but when we come back, our panelists will have their first crack at showcasing their knowledge of this past week's sports news. Don't go away. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz.
Hi, everybody. This is Liz Colburn, the Executive Director of What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. We want to remind you to join Leff's Lucky Town for the next Milwaukee Bucks tailgate on Sunday, February 26th. $53 gets you a game ticket, bus ride, a t-shirt, and more. Stop in and reserve your spot today, or check them out at www.leffs.com. We are proud to have a great sponsor like Leff's Lucky Town.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe. This week, our panelists are Kevin Holden, Doug Russell, and Barry Nelson. And now, here's your host at Leff's Lucky Town in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, Baxter Colburn.
Thanks, Josh. Thank you, everybody. Time now for our panelists to showcase their knowledge about the past week's sports news. Kevin, we will start with you, sir.
Oh, boy.
A new study came out this week. I know you've had a lot of free time with at the dentist office. A new study came out for saying that what NFL team is currently the most hated in all the league?
Crest whitening strips. Oh, no, sorry. I told you I was going to give you some weird answers. I have got to think it's the New England Patriots.
That would be correct. Yes, nicely done. The study from Public Policy Polling also showed that the Cowboys are right behind the Patriots for most hated. I find it interesting, though, too, with all the success the Packers have had, why they're not more hated. People usually hate success. Why do people not hate the Packers?
Not enough Super Bowl wins, I think.
Small town.
Yeah, maybe.
Small town?
That could be.
Collar.
How do you hate the Packers?
You can't.
Right.
Less offensive
Well, unless you're a
accents.
Bears or a Vikings fan. I mean, I get that.
But we hate them too. So.
Yeah.
Well,
But we give them cheese, and everybody's happy.
A lot of people don't know where Green Bay is on a map.
that's true.
Brett
I
Favre
forget.
didn't.
I don't know if he still does.
After
Why
5
did you
years.
get intercepted so many times?
All right, Doug, the next one's for you. LeBron James achieved another milestone this week, becoming the first player in Cavaliers history to do what?
First Cavaliers player?
Cavaliers player.
Um,
There's a long line of
I know
successful.
that he just. I think he passed. This is an NBA record. I think he just passed Kobe for minutes played, but
We're not looking for minutes, no.
I would say score more than 10,000 points.
Game Master Scheibe.
I'm going to say no, because he wasn't the first to score 10,000.
It was 20,000. 20,000 is what we're looking for.
How many did World Be Free have?
1,200.
Okay. Larry Nance,
Larry
Craig Elo.
Craig Elo. Mark
Brad
Price.
Doherty.
Brad
Oh,
Doherty,
here we
You
go.
guys are dating yourselves. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You're about to get the full oral history of the 1981 Cleveland Cavaliers.
They had a
Russell.
team in Cleveland at that point?
What's that?
I said they had a team in Cleveland back at that point?
Was there a Cleveland at that point?
When?
Was there a city in
81?
81?
Yeah, they played at the Richfield Coliseum.
Yes, they
Oh
did.
my goodness! I feel like everything at a Coliseum back in the day. It was like made it sound more epic than it actually
That's where Jordan
was.
hit the shot.
The shot.
Yeah, the shot.
The shot.
Over Elo.
Yeah, over Craig Elo.
There we go. The more you know. All right, Barry. Last question here for you. After winning the Australian Open this past week, who now has 18 major tennis title victories?
Well, I could go one of two ways here.
You
and
could.
It's
That
just
is
it's
correct.
just a matter of which way I go.
Not the first time he's ever said that.
Wow! I didn't want to be the first to say it.
Okay.
That was college. and it
Family
was
show.
experimental, okay?
Family show.
I'm going to say
While
Roger.
we're on the topic,
I'm
Barry.
going to say Roger
What do you mean,
Federer.
Josh? I don't know what you're referring to.
Nah, nothing at all.
I'm going to say Roger Federer.
Yeah, that's correct. Nicely done. Federer defeated Rafael Nadal in 5 sets. Later, Federer would go on to say how much he has respect for Rafa, as he calls him, and said he would have definitely ended the game in a draw if he could, or the match, rather, in a draw because of how much respect for him he has.
You realize what ending in a draw looks like? You remember that Wimbledon match?
That didn't
years
end in a
ago?
draw. It was Nicholas Mahut and John Isner.
Oh, I passed out. It was a draw for me.
Kevin's like, I don't care who wins it this
Three
way.
days, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, on
How
day
does a
3,
game
I'm
go
like,
that
this
long?
is a draw.
I don't understand. They just kept like
Deuce,
going
deuce,
back
deuce.
and forth,
Yeah.
basically. Just
I mean,
deucing it up.
they didn't win 2 points in a row.
Right?
Wow.
For days.
What does
3
that
days.
say about either them?
What was
in a
it,
good way, or
57, 56? Or 157, 156?
Something ridiculous.
It was something absurd.
26?
No, it was higher than
26?
that. Wasn't it? I'm going to look it up.
We'll have to go. We'll Google it during
I'm
the
going
break.
to Google that.
All right, Game Master Scheibe.
Well, we're heading to a break, but when we come back, our second contestant will hope not to do too badly. We'll show you what we mean in just a few minutes when we come back on What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz.
Easiest 1, 2, 3. I'll say, but let's go with me. ABC. 1, 2, 3. Baby, you and me, girl. Easiest 1, 2, 3. I'll say, but let's go with me. ABC. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, What's the Score fans? This is Chris Christofko from TitletownSoundoff.com.
And I'm the guy they call Bobo, and we want to tell you a little bit about what our podcast, Titletown Sound, has to offer.
Titletown Sound is about everything related to the 13-time world champions of football, the Green Bay Packers. We talk about the games, the players, the coaches, the controversies, breaking news, rumors, and all the ups and downs that come with the unpredictable NFL season. We also love to interact with our fans every week. Even if you don't like football, you may still love our podcast. We have a lot of entertainment value mixed in with our informative takes on the Packers.
You just read all the lines, Chris. I mean, you read your lines and then you read all of mine.
You can find us on iTunes and at our website, TitletownSoundoff.com, where you can also find our opinions and learn about our personal stories and interactions with members of the Green Bay Packers.
What are you doing?
The other guys on the show asked me to keep you from saying too much in the commercial.
James and Jeremy asked you to do that?
No, actually, Baxter and Josh asked me.
Oh.
I mean, this is an important commercial spot, and, well, your biggest contribution on the show to date is quoting Avril Lavigne songs.
Okay, well, that's a valid point.
Give us a try. What could it hurt? Titletown Sound on TitletownSoundoff.com.
It's not complicated.
Don't do that.
Oh, sorry. Force of habit.
Hello, all, and welcome back to Leff's Lucky Town in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. This is What's the Score, the Sports News Quiz. I'm Josh Scheibe, your game master. We have a fantastic panel here. It's Doug Russell, Barry Nelson, and Kevin Holden, and they'll have the opportunity to show their prowess in just a little bit. Before that, though, here's the host of What's the Score, Baxter Colburn.
Thanks, Josh. Coming up, we put our panelists to the test in our Leff's Lucky Town Name 5 Panelist Showdown. If you'd like to play our games on the air, visit our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com, and click on the Become a Contestant button today.
Playing our next game is Dominique Bentley. Welcome to the show, Dominique.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, Dominique, thanks for playing. Over the weekend, professional tennis experienced a throwback to the 2000s when Roger Federer and Serena Williams both won the U.S. Open in their respective divisions. While there have been plenty of great tennis players throughout history, Federer and Williams are very well, arguably the greatest of all time in their respective categories.
In this game, which we're calling the GOATs of Tennis, we'll quiz you on trivia about the careers of Roger Federer and Serena Williams. Correctly answer 3 out of 5 questions, and you'll win the What's the Score prize. If you do get stuck on a question, you can ask one of our panelists for a hint, but on only one question, so make sure you choose wisely. Are you ready to play?
Yep.
All right, here is your first question. Against John Isner in 2007 in the U.S. Open, Roger Federer famously went 105 points without doing what? Was it A, double faulting, B, making an unforced error, or C, losing a point on his serve?
I'm going to say C.
That is incorrect, unfortunately. No, it was making an unforced error. Doug, you're the tennis expert in the room. Is that a good thing?
The tennis expert's over there.
I had to ask just to see.
Right.
All right, here's the next one. Serena Williams has appeared in an incredible 29 finals, winning 23 of them. Which opponent has she faced most frequently in the finals? Is it A, Victoria Azarenka, B, her sister Venus Williams, or C, Maria Sharapova?
B.
That is correct. Nicely done. 9 times.
Studio audience helping him out.
Yeah, I heard a little encouragement from the
peanut
the
gallery.
Leff's audience.
Yeah, I love it. I love pick B, pick B. All right, here's your next one, Dominique. Which Grand Slam has Roger Federer won most in his career? Is it A, the Australian Open, B, the U.S. Open, or C, Wimbledon?
C.
That's correct. Nicely done.
Knew that one.
Who's the tennis expert? This guy's the tennis expert.
7 times he's won Wimbledon. He's won the Open in Australia and the U.S. 5 times, respectively.
All right, here's the next one. Even the greatest athletes sometimes make mistakes. At the 2009 U.S. Open, Serena Williams was given a point penalty that resulted in her losing the match for doing what? A, threatening a line judge, B, foot faulting, or C, smashing a racket too close to a line judge?
A.
Yeah, that's correct. Nicely done.
Dominique is magnifique.
Woo! The fans love him. That is correct.
What did she say? I want to know what she said.
We don't have that. We can't put that in here.
Okay. I'm sorry.
We don't want to say that. All right, Dominic, here's your final question. Roger Federer won his first Grand Slam in 2003 when he defeated which Australian tennis player to win the Wimbledon title? Is it A, Mark Philippus, B, Leighton Hewitt,
Philippoussis,
pardon me, and C, Wayne Arthurs?
Can you repeat that, please?
Yes, so Roger Federer won his first Grand Slam in 2003. Who did he beat? Was it A, Mark Philippus, B, Leighton Hewitt, or C, Wayne Arthurs?
B.
That is incorrect. No, it was Mark Philippus.
Yes. Wasn't he the Bachelor one? At some
Was
point?
he?
I think he might have been.
I don't know. Was he
Yeah,
on The
everybody's been
Bachelor?
The Bachelor once.
Apparently he was The Bachelor at some point. Bachelor Australia.
Can we Wikipedia that?
Yeah, I'm sure that's
We'll get our
accurate.
fact checkers on that.
Exactly. Game Master Shabby, how did Dominique do on our game?
Dominique got 3 out of 5 correct. He's a winner.
Hey, congratulations, Dominique. Thanks so much for playing. All right, Doug, question for you, sir.
Oh, yes.
Since the Packers lost, unfortunately, you will not be going to the Super Bowl. To cover the
Obviously not.
Packers.
That's true. True is the answer. True.
Yes.
True. Point for Doug.
However, going in your place, what U.S. gymnast will be a part of the Insider Edition coverage for the Super Bowl?
Current gymnast?
Current gymnast.
Oh, because I saw Mary Lou Retton down there, and she's from Houston. Fun fact.
Oh, fun fact. The more you know.
Yes. What current
Gymnast is going as a part of Insider Edition.
Is Michaela Maroney still a gymnast?
Is that what you're going to
person?
go with?
Sure, why not?
That's incorrect. No, Simone Biles.
Oh, okay.
Simone Biles is going down as a correspondent for Insider
You're giving me
Edition.
all of the hard questions.
You've been on. You haven't been on for a while,
Man.
Kevin,
that's how that
Kevin
works.
and Terry have been on
I see how this works.
fairly frequently, so they've gotten a lot of the harder questions.
At least we're not asking any questions about Pokemon this time, right?
Yeah, right. Oh, what?
We just figured out how to raid the stash of questions.
Yeah, exactly. They
It's
found
all
the
it's all in a
Google Doc.
folder, you know.
All right, Barry, the next one's for you. According to reports, who is Cleveland looking very closely at to become their next quarterback?
Don't give me. I can ask for a hint, can't I?
You can.
Yeah, you
I
can.
could. They're looking at Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, that's correct. Nicely done.
Garoppolo, Janine Garoppolo.
They'll make him change
Brother.
his last name in Cleveland.
No, I won't.
basically.
Daria would be a heck of a quarterback in the
She'd have Beavis and Butthead cheering for him.
Exactly. Do we think Jimmy would actually have a chance in Cleveland? I know that's kind of a loaded question. because
No
nobody has a
quarterback has
chance,
a chance in Cleveland.
No.
Is there
It's
somebody
only
that could
become an
break the
NFL
curse?
team. What?
Does somebody think that anybody could break the curse? Is there one current quarterback that could break the
I
Browns?
was going to say Art Modell, but
Hang
he
on.
can break the curse.
Yeah, exactly.
Just move that. Just move him.
No, it's you know what?
Nobody would care this time.
No.
You know when the curse is broken in Cleveland. We've seen it. It's when Pedro Serrano breaks the thing and is like, "I'll do this myself."
Sure, but that works for the baseball team.
Oh, it
Yeah,
didn't
we
work
can't-
for football.
Yeah, football though. I don't.
Yeah, well, it
they
doesn't
thought
help
was
when you
gonna
got
be Johnny
Kevin Costner
Manziel.
as
I was going to say,
General
unless you
manager.
got Kevin Costner as your GM, you're not
So
going to go.
Costner's the guy.
Yeah,
He's
we
the
need
guy.
Costner. Get him
One
in.
draft day.
There you go.
That's all it takes.
All right, Kevin, last question this round goes to you. The 49ers, speaking of GMs, hired their new GM this past week. Who did they hire?
They hired a man by the name of John Lynch.
That's correct. Nicely done.
Man who's a great football player and I think a solid analyst, but big
was a
old
little
question
surprised.
mark. Yeah.
John Lynch, meet Matt Millen. Matt Millen, meet John Millen.
Good luck.
No.
Good
See-
luck. I really don't honestly understand why they would hire a player to be the
Don't
GM.
ever hire a broadcaster to run anything. is
Right?
what-
I mean, look at this. That's why we're all here.
Right.
I think
That's the moral of the story.
Exactly.
the one thing I think maybe could come out of this is first day of training camp, Lynch suits up, just drives Kaepernick into the turf, and then that whole thing's done. Maybe that's what they're going for.
Enough,
Right.
finally. And they're like, all right, now you're cut. Go away.
Well, it's time for another break, but don't worry, we'll be right back, and our panelists will have another chance to answer some questions about this week's sports news. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz.
So you're sitting at home probably right now thinking, hey, you know what? What's the Score? Sounds like a really fun show. I'm really enjoying my time listening. But you know what you're not doing? You're not signing up to be a contestant, and we want you to do that. Go to our website, WTSSportsQuiz.com, and click on the contact form, or fill out the contestant form on the front page of the website, or go visit us on Facebook, What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz, or on Twitter, at WTS Sports Quiz, and click on one of the social media posts that have Be a Contestant. You could win a great prize. You get to talk to Game Master Scheibe. You get to talk to me. You just get to have sports news quiz fun at the highest level. It seems like a pretty obvious thing, so Why are you still listening? Go do that right now. Go be a contestant on What's the Score. We need you. But seriously, though, thank you. I appreciate it.
Hello, all. I'm Josh Scheibe, your game master here at What's the Score, the sports news quiz. Thanks for listening in. I may not know much about sports, but what I do know about are our social media pages. Check us out on Facebook at What's the Score, or Twitter and Instagram at WTS Sports Quiz. Thanks very much for listening. Welcome back to What's the Score, the sports news quiz, and thanks for listening in. We're broadcasting from Leff's Lucky Town in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe. We're playing this week with Barry Nelson, Kevin Holden, and Doug Russell. And here once again is your host of What's the Score, Baxter Colburn.
Thanks, Josh. Thank you, everybody. We've had a great show so far. Time now for a segment we like to call Stump the Scheibe.
Stump the Scheibe.
If you want to record it, we can. We got the technology to do that.
We'll come up with some words.
So the way Stump the Scheibe works is I give Game Master Scheibe 2 sports facts. One of them is true, one of them is completely made up, and he has to figure out which one is the true fact. All right? And the way our crowd has been tonight, I have a feeling you're going to get help regardless.
I think I will.
Which is a good
the answer's
to
B.
I hope I will.
True.
Yeah, it was his mom. Okay.
Serena!
All right, Game Master, here are your 2 facts. Your first one, this past Summer Olympics was the very first ever held in South America. That's your first one.
All right.
Second one, former President Barack Obama was an all-state in track and field his junior year of high school. He ran the 200-meter dash in record time.
Could you repeat the first one more
Yes,
time, please?
this past Summer Olympics was the very first Olympics ever held in South America.
I don't think that's true. I would actually say that, You know, I know that former President Obama was good at basketball, but I don't know about track, so I'm actually going to go with South America.
As the true fact?
That's correct.
That is correct. Yes, nicely done. I was a little surprised by that. I didn't realize that was the very first time that the Olympics had been hosted in South America. I know the World Cup's been down there, of course, too, but Olympics as a whole, though.
Yeah, how'd it go down there?
I heard it was great. Yeah, it was wonderful.
They're keeping a stadium up really, really well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about the infrastructure.
It really is. It really is.
Well, it's time for our last slate of questions for our panelists this week. Barry, the first one's for you. What former president and wife will handle the Super Bowl coin flip?
George H.W. and Barbara Bush.
That's correct. Nicely done.
Yeah, that was looking a little dicey there for a little while.
Yeah, right.
I may have had to go get the official that couldn't flip the full coin. That
right.
would, I would be a little
God
bit worried.
It went from neither one of them to both of them, so yeah.
Yeah, good for them. I think that's kind of exciting. No, has there been a president that's flipped the coin recently? I haven't remembered this being a thing. It's usually like a former Hall of Famer that does it.
I know President Reagan did it, obviously, a long, long time ago.
Sure.
But that's the last one that I remember.
I'm going to say, I don't remember anybody else recently doing that. No.
Wait, in Jacksonville, I don't know if they flipped the coin, but I know that President George Bush 41 and President Clinton, they were both there for tsunami relief. But I'm not sure if they flipped the coin, but they may have.
Oh, well, there you go.
Now,
sure they flipped something.
Imagine it's a presidential thing just to flip a coin. What do we go? Do we go sanctions or not? Flip coins.
Do we invade or not? Yeah, I don't know. All right, Kevin, question for you. National Signing Day took place today. It's a national holiday in Alabama. Most people believe that. How did the University of Alabama announce their signings to the city of Tuscaloosa this year?
Goodness. That's fantastic.
Well, they took her game.
Something like that? Am I close?
No.
There was a can and then another can at the other end. It was a long string. We signed a bunch of goals. No, it's going to be how about a billboard? Did they do a billboard?
Yep, they did. They did an electronic billboard in the downtown Tuscaloosa.
Is there downtown Tuscaloosa?
What's that?
I want to see downtown Tuscaloosa.
I do
What's
too.
that all
I was a
about?
little surprised, but an electronic billboard, so the city will have no more money now until football season starts again. They put all their money into the billboard.
And player salaries, those two things.
Hey, football players aren't cheap.
It's true they aren't, but yeah, very over the top just to announce. They had this huge billboard, and every time they signed a player, they made the grand announcement. It was almost kind of like the Hunger Games. Like there would be music, you'd go up, you'd hear a gun. I don't know,
a cannon shot.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Doug. Last one's for you. Goldman Sachs announced
Are
this
you
week.
kidding?
Pokemon.
No. Goldman Sachs.
Bring it
Listen
on.
to the question.
Come on.
They announced this week that they're pulling out of what NFL deal?
Don't think too hard.
Oh, Goldman's, the Raiders Stadium. deal. I
Yeah! Way to go, Doug! You did it!
lost weight. Yay. I get a little gold star.
They pulled
Smiley face.
They pulled $650 million that they had pledged to help move
I
the
guess I
Raiders
didn't realize
to
that
Vegas.
Sheldon Adelson was Goldman Sachs.
Yeah, so apparently it cost $1.9 billion to move to Vegas, and now $650 that is now gone. So we'll
You
have
can make
to
that
see.
up in a blackjack table. Come
I
on.
was going to say, I mean, I feel like
Ask
they-
That
Steve
sounds like
Wynn.
an Ocean's 11 caper.
it really does. We need $650 million to move a team to Vegas. All right, let's
Somebody
do it.
call Brad Pitt and George Clooney.
Call the boys, bring them in.
Well, folks, it's time for me to break up the fun once again. But when we come back, our final contestant will play another one of our new games. Don't go away. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz.
Hey guys, this is Baxter Colburn. Just want to take a quick minute to remind all of you to go check us out on social media. You can go find us on Facebook by searching for What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. And while you're on our Facebook page, why not invite some of your friends to come like our Facebook page as well? You can go and check out all the great recordings that we do, behind the scenes pictures. You can see the different videos we do with a lot of our panelists as well, and just get to know What's the Score a little bit better as well. Also go check us out on Twitter at WTS Sports Quiz and at WTS Sports Quiz on Instagram as well. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the three most powerful things on the social media spectrum right now, and What's the Score is on all of them. Go and check us out today.
Welcome back, everyone. This is What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. I'm Josh Scheibe, your game master. Our Name 5 panelist showdown is coming up, but first, we have a new game all about Ronda Rousey. Here to get the game going is your host at Leff's Lucky Town here in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. It's Baxter Colburn.
Thanks, Josh. Thank you, everybody. Usually you can find us at the Attention Era Media Studios.
I was about to say
tonight
it.
we are here at Leff's Lucky Town. We've had a great show thus far, and we're excited to keep moving along with our next contestant game.
That's right. It's time now to welcome in our final contestant. Playing our last game is Charles Greer. Welcome to the show, Charles.
Hi. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Excited to have you on, Charles. So today is February 1st, which of course is an exciting time, but more importantly, it's Ronda Rousey's birthday today, which is a very exciting time. So we want to pay homage to not only being at Leff's Lucky Town, but also to Ronda Rousey with a game all about the famed UFC fighter.
In this game, we'll give you 7 quotes, and you'll tell us whether you think the quote is from Ronda Rousey or from someone else. Are
Okay.
you ready to play?
Okay, yeah.
All right.
All right, here's your first quote. Getting rapped about by Eminem is like getting armbarred by me. It might be so pleasant if you're on the other side of it, but it's so skillfully done you have to be honored. Was that Ronda or was that somebody else?
That's Ronda.
That's correct, yes. She said that while she was on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Glad you started with hip hop.
Yeah. Here's your next one.
She let another guy come between us, and it shattered our plan. Was that said by Ronda or by someone else?
Someone else.
That's correct. That was a Beach Boys song, Help Me Rhonda. Ah, there you go. Here is your next one. People just live such pampered and soft lives now that sometimes we need to get a little bit hurt and get a little bit in a fight to be reminded that we are still humans. Was that Rhonda or someone else?
That's Ronda.
That's correct, yes. All right, here's your next one.
I'm 30 years old, right? And single. And no matter where I go or who I meet or how long I may live, no one will ever love me as much as she does. Was that Ronda or someone else?
I think it's Ronda because she turned 30 today. I think.
Oh, that is incorrect, actually.
That was me, actually.
That was Rhonda Morgenstern on the Mary Tyler Moore show. R.I.P. Mary Tyler Moore, of course. But yes, Rhonda was played by Valerie Harper for those that are playing Mary Tyler Moore bingo tonight. All right, here is your next one. I was 5 years old before I knew my father could talk. You know what the first thing he said? Listen to your mother. Is that Rhonda or someone else?
Someone else.
That's correct, yes. Another quote from the Mary Tyler Moore Show. We're just trying to keep you honest. All right, here's your next one.
I took all the ribbons off and I was going to post them, and then the cat peed in the box, and my mom threw out all my medals because they were covered in cat pee. Was that Rhonda or someone else?
That's Rhonda.
That's correct, yes. All right, here is your final one. The women's division is Gotham City, and I am Batman. Sorry, that was a bad Batman. Was that Rhonda or someone else?
Can you repeat it one more time, please?
Of course. The women's division is Gotham City, and I am Batman. Was that Rhonda or somebody else?
That is Rhonda.
That's correct, yes.
That sounds like her.
It does. Game Master Scheibe, how did Charles do in our game?
Charles got 6 out of 7
Hey.
right. He's a winner.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for playing, Charles. We appreciate it.
Well, the moment you've all been waiting for is almost here. Stick around and listen to our panelists duke it out on the Left's Lucky Town Name 5 Panelist Showdown coming up right after the break. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz.
Hey everybody, this is Baxter. Just want to take a quick minute to thank you for listening to today's show. One of the things that we love to do on What's the Score is tell you to go check out our website, which is true. We wouldn't tell you if you didn't think it was great. You can find all kinds of great information by heading over to WTSSportsQuiz.com. You can find who tops our current panelist leaderboard. You can find archive shows, other great places of where to listen to What's the Score, and of course get to meet the awesome staff that makes Game Master Scheibe and I's job so much easier each and every week. Head over to WTSSportsQuiz.com today and check it out.
Hello and welcome back. Thanks for listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe. Our panelists have been warming up for their final showdown, and while they get ready, here's your host at Left's Lucky Town in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, Baxter Colburn.
Thanks, Josh. A quick reminder, our next show on February 13th is Valentine's Day themed. We will talk about all things to do with love, we'll do our nails, and even talk about our favorite sports athlete crushes.
Oh, boy.
No? Maybe not? We probably still
We got
Tom Brady's so dreamy.
Yes.
Is this bromance thing, or is that what we're talking about here?
We'll have to see which way we go. Game Master Shabby, with all that being
Not that
said,
there's anything
though,
wrong with that.
what time is it, sir?
It's time for the Left's Lucky Town Name 5 Panelist Showdown. Our panelists will be given 4 topics in which they will have 10 seconds to name 5 people, teams, places, or things related to the sports world. Each panelist will have the same category. However, they cannot repeat answers. 1 point is awarded for each correct answer.
Game Master Scheibe, can you give us the scores, please?
I can. Doug is in last place right now with 1 point, and Barry and Kevin are tied at 3.
Wow, all right. This is going to be interesting. All right, Doug, you'll be leading us off. You'll be naming 5 NHL teams. 10 seconds and begin.
Chicago Blackhawks, New York Islanders, New York Rangers, Boston Bruins, Florida Panthers.
There you go. That's 5. Nicely done for Doug Russell.
Can I borrow that?
No.
Are you drawing a map of the U.S.? Yeah. Okay, whatever helps you, I guess. All right, Kevin, over to you. 10 seconds and go.
Pittsburgh Penguins, Philadelphia Flyers, San Jose Sharks, LA Kings, the Arizona Coyotes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Phoenix, Arizona,
Phoenix
whoever
Coyotes,
they are.
yeah.
Somebody. Yes, you got 5. Nicely done.
Desert Coyotes.
Yeah. All right, Barry, 10 seconds to you and go.
Boston Bruins, Minnesota Wild, Dallas Stars. I'm at a loss right now.
At a loss?
I'm at a loss.
Time is up. You only got 2. Boston was already said. So you got
Boston
2.
was already?
Yeah, Boston Bruins are already said.
I could prove it. There's the
Yeah,
dot.
there's
right
the
there.
dot right
got
at
the dot
Boston.
on the
That's why I
very
wanted to borrow
odd
that,
map.
Doug. Thanks a lot.
Right. It's current competition, man.
I know.
All right, Kevin, round
That's
number
my
2.
map.
You're going to be leading us off with naming 5 college conferences. College conferences. 10 seconds and go.
Big Ten, Pac-12, Big 12, American Athletic Conference, and SEC.
There you go, SEC. He got 5. Nicely done.
Where's that going?
I don't know
there?
if we're going to count that one game, Master Shivey. A little
got a
bird
little
flew
help.
by.
I mean, I'm going to give it to him.
The SEC fans always trying to stay relevant. Be like, we are important. We are the reason the NFL is around. Anyway, all right, Barry, over to you. 10 seconds and go.
ACC Missouri Valley Horizon League. Mountain West. And
He got 4. He got 4.
Okay.
Reminder, he doesn't have to be D1 conferences as well.
oh, well, now you tell me. I could've-
Southland. And
Hey, whoa.
Oh, sorry. Are we
10
still
seconds
going?
over here for Doug, and go.
Southland, WIAC, Big East, Big West, Ohio Valley.
Time's up. He got 4. He didn't get that last one in
I took it
time.
Mountain West, didn't I?
Isn't there a Big Sky, too?
There is a big sky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Montana.
All right, getting into round number 3. Barry, you're going to be leading us off with naming 5 pro athletes with Williams as a last name. 10 seconds, and go.
Serena Williams, Venus Williams, Scott Williams, Darren Williams, and Jared Williams, Jordan Williams.
We'll give you 4
Okay.
on that one. 4.
Do they
All
have
right.
sure there's
current?
I'm sure there's a Jared Williams
current.
somewhere.
Yes, we're looking for current.
Current?
Oh,
Doug,
really?
10 seconds,
Wow.
Doug. Over to you.
Bob Williams, Joe Williams, Tom Williams, Barry Williams, Kevin Williams,
Greg Brady doesn't count.
Craig Williams, Gerald Williams, Jason Williams, Monty Williams.
We'll give you 2 out of that. I think that's-
Okay.
We couldn't figure it out, so we'll just give you 2.
All right, Kevin, over to you. 10 seconds.
Oh, great.
And go.
And they have to be active ones, too?
Active, yes. Any sport.
That's the kicker.
Great. Yeah,
You got nothing?
he even took the funny stuff. I got nothing.
All right, Game Master Shabby, as we go into the final round, what are the scores?
It's a close game. Doug has 12 points, and Barry and Kevin are tied 13.
Ooh, it is very close. All right, Doug, you will be leading off our final round. It is only naming 5. We have changed it. It's no longer as many as you can do in 10 seconds.
All right.
So you have 5. You have to name 5 sports arenas or stadiums. 10 seconds and go.
Miller Park, Lambeau Field, BMO Harris Bradley Center, UWM Panther Arena Resch Center.
There you go. That's 5. Throwing the Resch Center out there. Go Gamblers. No?
Yes.
All right. The Green Bay Blizzard. All right, Kevin, over to you. 10 seconds and go.
Current?
Current.
Okay. Georgia Dome, Raymond James Stadium, Kohl Center. Fuck. I'm all over the place.
What was that last one?
I think that thing is wearing off. The siege is wearing off. I was going to say Foxborough.
That's not a stadium. All right, so Game Master Shivey, what does Barry need?
Kevin's getting heckled right now.
Heckled by his wife.
Heckled by
your wife.
And yes.
All right, so Kevin
That's
has
the peanut
16
gallery.
points. Doug has 17. So Barry needs 4 to tie and 5 to go ahead.
All right, Barry, this is for all the marbles. 10 seconds and go.
NRG Stadium, Soldier Field, Gillette Stadium, Tiger Stadium, and we'll say Wrigley Field.
There you go. He got 5. Nicely done. Game Master Shivey, what are the final scores of our Left's Lucky Town Name 5 Panelist Showdown?
The final scores are Kevin in third with 16 points, Doug in second with 17, and Barry's the big winner with 18 points.
Congratulations, Barry.
Thank you.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's your first win, isn't
Second.
it? Second win, that's right.
I had my first over Kevin
That's right.
a few weeks ago.
First ever Kevin.
I
So
had
Kevin's your lucky charm, I guess.
Kevin is my lucky charm. I want to
Yeah.
be on shows with him all the time.
Yeah, I feel like I can always
It's
beat
easier to
him.
win when you get Kevin.
Especially when he's medicated.
It's like having the Browns on the schedule every year.
It's like we got at least one. I like that. Kevin, how you feeling after your is it wearing off?
Yeah, it's starting to wear off a little bit.
Is it time to go home and take a nice nap?
I'm having this weird hazy dream about Janine Garofalo and I don't know,
Somebody named Williams.
and Mitch Williams and Bernie Williams. I don't know. It was really weird. No, it's great, but it's always great to be here, and no matter where it is, whether we're out at Left's Lucky Town or whether we're in the studio or wherever, we could be in an airplane hangar. We'd have a blast with this show.
Ooh, let's do it on an airplane hangar.
Airplane.
Sounds
I like
cool.
where you're- Put that on there.
head's at.
Just put it on an airplane.
On the airplane. Yeah, zero gravity
Charter one.
airplane. I like that.
Perfect,
Mr. Russell,
Yeah,
how you
what?
doing? Good to have you back on
Thanks.
the show.
Good to be
I
back.
feel like we need your wife on the show now.
Yeah, she
That's
can
nothing
answer all the
against-
tennis
nothing
questions.
against you. I just feel like she's very
She's prettier
sporty
than I
gal.
am.
You said it, not me.
She's
That's
much
why you're
more
in radio.
engaging than I am.
Exactly. That's why you're in radio, though. So.
Well, yeah,
Exactly.
I have a face for it.
And the body, too.
That too.
Which is exceptional, I might say. You're wearing the USC colors tonight.
Wow, indeed.
Anyway, moving on. Well, we very much appreciate all three of you being here tonight, so thank you very much to that. What's the Score has been a production of Attention Era Media. A very special thanks to our contestants and audience here at Leff's Lucky Town in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin.
Our panelists this week have been Kevin Holden, Doug Russell, and Barry Nelson.
Our social media director is Tony Larson. Our marketing director is Emily Heffler.
Our show writers were David Bobke, Caleb Pearson, Noel Alberto, and Ryan Solman.
Our theme was composed by Danny Hoffenstein. Our show producers were Caleb Pearson and David Bobke and Kurt Colburn, and the executive director of What's the Score is Liz Colburn.
I've been your game master, Josh Scheibe.
And I've been your host, Baxter Colburn. Good night from Leff's Lucky Town. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on What's the Score.